Hello and welcome to our next chess video. We're not quite learning the moves yet. That'll be all for next week. We just need to finish off making the pieces. I just had a fantastic chat with Mr. Moore, who's been sharing some brilliant poetry tips and also showing me some of his magic, which has been great. Now today we're going to be making the pawns. Now it's nothing complicated. I don't have a proper board in my house. I don't have any pieces, but I can make them as simply as this. Pawns are really important pieces, okay? These are the pieces that, even though they only move one at a time, they actually can become really, really powerful. I did say in the other video that I'll tell you a little trick about them. If you can manage to get one of your pawns all the way to the other end in the enemy's territory, it can actually turn into one of the most powerful units on the board. And as I'm sure some of you know, the most powerful unit on the board is the queen. A pawn can turn into a queen. So we need to know how to make these. So I did say when you're making your boards, make sure you have a few spare ones. I actually have, I've made myself some extra copies just in case. The reason is these squares are the same size. We're going to make our characters in here. It's really easy to do when it comes to making a pawn. Okay, I'm actually going to just draw them in here. All I have from at the base of my pawn is I've got a sort of oval shape like this. I've then got a sort of, it's a bit like a stem or a tree trunk, and a circle on the top. Okay, it's as straightforward as that. Now, I don't just need 8 of these, I actually need 16 of these. So how can I do this quickly? Well, watch this. I just go through and I do oval, 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 and so on. I do that 8 times, and then I just do stem, 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 and then pop on the top my circle, 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 circle. There I've got my pawns. Obviously I need 8 of them and I need 8 for the other side. So it'll end up looking a little bit like this. Here is one that I did earlier. Okay, so I've got 16. I'm also going to be doing a bishop. Now the bishop is quite a simple one as well. It's like a pawn but extended. Now the bishop's an amazing piece. It can actually go diagonally across the board. So if I've got a bishop starting here, it can go diagonally. It can fight anywhere on the diagonal. So the white bishops can stay anywhere on the white diagonal. If your bishop started on a black, then it can fight anywhere on the black diagonal. So it can go to all sorts of places. Really good unit. The reason I say it's a bit like an elongated pawn, I'm going to kind of do the same thing for it, where it's got that oval base. Now it's going to have a longer stem to it, and it's going to have another oval at the top, a bit like this, okay? A bit like an eye, okay? Then all I'm going to do, put a little cherry on the top, put a little side smile in it, and there we go. There is my bishop. Okay? So that's what it will look like. Those are my pieces. All you need to do next, get your scissors. You're going to cut them out along the line. So I'm just going to snip all the way along. Okay? Cut these out. And then I just want to cut out each of these squares. Okay? Now that I've got all these pawns, I will go along, I'll cut them out. When I end up with is a little square like this, that's one of my pieces. Now I don't want it that big because it will fill all the square and I won't know if it's a black or a white. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip around it, snip, 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 into a little circle like this. And there you go. Those are my pawns, and also these are your bishops. Okay, so you got your pawns and your bishops, you got your rooks that Mr. Moore has made. Can you work out what the missing pieces are, what they look like? I'll tell you what they are. We've got knights, kings and queens to come. So can you get on with making your knights, kings and queens? Off you go.